So our Azure DevOps project has been set up and it's created these services here. So we've got boards, repos, pipelines, test plans and artifacts. Let's go through each one and see what they are. What is Azure DevOps? We'll take a look at the services included in this tutorial. We'll have a look at boards, repos, pipelines, test plans and artifacts. And we'll also have a look at pricing, particularly beneficial if you're looking to install Azure DevOps Server. For more ASP.NET Core tutorials, visit roundthecode.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/roundthecode, and follow us on LinkedIn at roundthecode.com/LinkedIn. So I'm on devops.azure.com, and the first thing you're going to want to do is to sign up for an account with Microsoft Azure. If you already have an account, you can just go ahead and sign in, which is what we're going to do. Now that we've signed in, we're going to want to set up an organization. We've already got an organization set up, but we're going to go ahead and create a new one. We're going to call it Round the Code. We can select where we want to host our projects. So we're based in the UK, so we're going to select UK Self, and now we just have to fill out the characters in this puzzle. That's going ahead and setting up our organization. We have successfully created our organization. Let's have a look at the settings. On the overview, we've got details about the settings, so the name, the privacy URL, time zone and organization owner. If we select projects, this is the area where we can manage projects and create new ones. At the moment we haven't got any projects, but we'll set one up in a bit. If we select billing, this is where we set up our billing details. It also gives us an overview of what we get with our free Azure account. We've now selected agent pools, and what this does is it allows us to set up an agent pool, particularly beneficial if we've got an application that runs a framework that isn't supported by Azure Pipelines. This is deployment pools, and what this does is it allows us to set up a server to deploy our application to. These can be set up if we're not using Azure servers as the hosting. Back in our organization, we need to go ahead and set up a project. So let's go ahead and do that. The project name is Test Project. We will leave the description empty. We're going to set the visibility to private. We're going to have a look at some of these advanced controls, so we can select which version control we want to use. So we've got the option of Git or Team Foundation version control. We can also select the work item process. We're going to go ahead now and create the project. With our Azure project set up, let's go ahead and look at the services that Azure DevOps provides to us. This is Azure Boards, and this works as a project management tool, a little bit like Jira. If we have a look, we can create a new epic, issue or task. It allows us to enter a title and also allows us to select some other options like adding a description, the iteration and the area. Next, we're going to have a look at Azure Repos, and this allows us to host our source repository within Azure. You don't have to host it here though, because Azure Pipelines also supports GitHub and Bitbucket. Looking at the Azure Test Plans service, this is ideal for testers because it allows you to come up with test plans and their outcomes. This is Azure Artifacts, and what this allows us to do is it allows us to connect an internal NPM or NuGet feed to our Azure account. This is beneficial if we don't want to expose our code to a public domain. Going up to our Azure Pipelines, we're going to go ahead and create a pipeline. We have a number of options that we can select as to our hosting provider. As I said earlier, we don't have to host it in Azure Repo. We can also host it in GitHub or Bitbucket. We're going to select GitHub. We're going to select the project. This has created an Azure-pipelines.yaml file within our source repository. I'm going to talk you through some of the lines of code that it's created. So it's created an image for us, so we're using the latest version of Windows. It's asking us to install the NuGet installer and then download the packages. Then it's going to go ahead and build the solution and then run any tests within it. We can go ahead and run that, and that will build our pipeline for us. With our pipeline created, we can go ahead now and create a release pipeline. We've got a number of templates down here that we can select, but we're going to go ahead and select an empty job. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to select an artifact. Now with pipelines, what we want to do is we want to publish our project to an artifact file. It's at this stage where we select that artifact file. So we click on add an artifact, we select the project, so we've got test project here, and we're going to select the build pipeline. This is the one that we just created, and we're just going to add that. Then the stages, this is where we actually do the deployment. Within the stages selection of our releases, we can go ahead and we can select what job we wish to run. So we can add an agent job, deployment group job, or an agentless job. Within that, we can go ahead and perform particular tasks. So with this agent job, we can go ahead and we can select if we wanted to, for example, manage an iOS web application or go ahead and deploy it to iOS. It might become apparent that we don't want to use all the services that we've got in our Azure DevOps account. So how do we go about removing them? If we go into project settings here, we can scroll down and we can select the services that we don't wish to use. So we're not going to use boards, or we're not going to use repos either. We're just going to use the pipelines. We go back into our test project, we can see that it's only the pipelines are being shown. Back into our Azure organization settings, I want to talk to you about pricing and what you get for free. So for free, you get 1800 minutes of a Microsoft hosted CI/CD. You also get one self-hosted CI/CD for free. With an organization, you can select 5 users for free, and with basic, if you want to include the test plans, then you're allowed to start a free trial. With artifacts, you can have up to 2 GB for free. This is the pricing for Azure DevOps if we want to go beyond our free limit. So we've got the cost here for Azure Pipelines and artifacts as individual services, and also for user licenses if we want to add more than 5 users to our project. You may wish to run Azure DevOps onto your local environment, so your data doesn't reach the Azure servers publicly. To do that, you can go ahead and install Azure DevOps Server, and these are the prices that it will cost. So there'll be an additional charge per user per month, depending on whether you're using Visual Studio Professional or Enterprise. So there's a beginner's guide to Azure DevOps. And make sure you check out our Dev to Azure series, where we check out a Blazor and Web API application and deploy it to Azure. You can check it out at youtube.com/roundthecode, or if you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link in the video description. Thanks very much for watching, and hit a like on the video.